Let's get into dismantling this man's statements. Manuel Cidre. He claims that there is not a process of displacement happening. Rincon, Vieques, Dorado. Oh, and what recently happened to the residents at an apartment complex in Quebradias apparently are the elephant in the room for him. So next he states that Puerto Rico is an island of law and order where there is no room for discrimination based on origin or whether or not an individual has incentives. You see, he messed up when he said the island is all about law and order. It just makes his last point fall apart. You don't have to be Boricua to know that Puerto Rico literally has a reputation for its corrupt government. My next point is where he states that arguing that there is a population displacement scheme in which the government is involved has no basis. I recommend he revisit Ricky Roseo's chats, page 868, that conversation with Edwin Miranda stating, "I saw the future. It is wonderful. There are no Puerto Ricans." Ricky Roseo reignited Act 60, once upon a time, Act 20 and 22, days before his resignation, making sure to push their agenda for settler colonialism. So he goes on to claim that individuals under this act pay contributions on property and capital gains, etc., etc. However, he fails to mention that they only pay a small fraction, hence the tax breaks, and not 100% of the full amount like Boricuas do, the locals. Lastly, he found a token Puerto Rican to use as an example, a Boricua who rematriated under Act 60, which doesn't change the fact that most of the people taking advantage of Act 60 are clearly not Puerto Rican. In addition, our corrupt government put us in such bad debt that the entire island is living under austerity measures and high taxes that fall entirely on us. So, how are they offering tax breaks to these people who can afford more than anyone to contribute to the tax system that only the locals bear the burden of? I know the whole Act 60 mantra of taxation is theft, but it's a problem when these self-righteous people feel they are entitled not to pay in their fair share of taxes that everyone else has to pay into.